In this video, we're going to show you how to make a fondant topper for a mermaid theme cake. We start out with the mermaid fishtail. We have a really nice fondant stencil for this, so I'm using that. I wanted it in a pastel blue color. That was the guideline given to us. So started out with placing the fondant nice and even into the mold. Made sure that it is evenly spread. At this point, you also want to take off any of the excess fondant so that you get a nice flush tail. You want it to be as smooth as possible. Once you've achieved that and all the extras have been taken out, you can go ahead and unmold the topper. Once out, I realized that the mermaid needed to sit on this, so I wanted to extend the body a little bit. So I just took a little bit of the blue fondant and added that additionally to give her an edge where she was sitting off the cake, because when I put this on the cake, the mermaid tail is going to be coming towards the bottom. So I went ahead, added the excess, blended it into my mermaid tail, and to give a beautiful scales look of that a mermaid has, I used a fondant tool and added in all of the details like I'm doing now in this video. Once all the details were done, I took a flesh stone color, added it to my white fondant and got this skin shade. I then used it to make the body of the mermaid and made it all even into this rectangular shape. I also wanted to check that the size is correct, so I placed it on. Always make sure that everything is as per the correct size so it looks more lifelike. Once I was happy with the body, I went ahead and added a top for her. We wanted to do this in a purple shade, so we went ahead and made that. Just used my hands to shape it like I'm doing so right now. Once I had the first one on, I started working on the second side, but I soon realized that they were a little too out of shape, so I went ahead and fixed that so that I would get the perfect edge on both of these. Once our top was ready, I wanted it to look like seashells, so I just used my X-Acto knife and made some carvings on these. And the last detail was to add a little center to her top. Once the body was ready, I wanted to make her face. I wanted it to be a little flat but still a little bit on the thicker side, and I used a simple round cutter to shape this. Once I had this in place, the next step was to add in all the details to her face. So I just used some black fondant here to make her eyes. I then went back to my skin color to give her a nose. And with the help of my X-Acto, I gave her a smile. Now that her face was ready, I had to put in some ears as well. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such videos. Also let us know in the comments if there's anything specific that you would like us to make for you. Once her face was ready, the next step was to roll out some hands for her. So again I went back to my skin color fondant here and just rolled it out to make 2 arms. and to the front of it I made a little bit of a flat shape to give her hand some details. Once this was ready, I had to do the most complicated part, which was her hair, because this was going to be the point which made her hair look really, really beautiful and give that luscious mermaid type of look to her. So I started to roll out some red fondant, and I wanted to add texture to her hair to show the waves. So I used an X-Acto. I didn't cut through my fondant fully, but I gave all of these textures so it would look more lifelike. Once I was happy with this, I went on to add her hair to her face. Now this was the part where it got really, really tricky, because I wanted to make sure that it sit really well and still looked pretty. So I started out with just carving it according to her face and trying to wrap it in a way that it would look nice. Just molding it with my hands and taking off anything that was extra. Once her hair was somewhat ready, I let it go because I wanted to fix this a little later on once I had her entire body on as well. So here I just cut up some amount of her hair and gave more detailing a little later on. Now it was time to put her all together. So I used my toothpicks, of course, attached her body to the shell. Once the body and the tail were together intact, it was time to attach her head. I also added little toothpicks into her arms so that she would be more secure. And when we were putting her on the cake and it was in transit, there would be no issues that would come. Once my mermaid was intact, it was time to work a little bit on her hair detailing because I wasn't happy with the way it was looking. So I went ahead and just rolled out some more of the fondant, and on both sides of her hair I kept adding a couple of more strands so she would look more lifelike and pretty. And there we have it. That's our mermaid cake topper for our under the sea theme cake that we're going to be doing. Let us know what you thought.